It's a Saturday evening, but the work don't stop in China, and specifically in Shenzhen, which is just making more skyscraper districts with what seems like every single passing week. There's a dude, despite the 38-degree heat, blowtorching and welding and scaffolding his poor ass off. So anyway, this is one of the top 20 cool districts in Shenzhen, I would say. If you've not been to China, you'll think I'm exaggerating for comedic effect. No. This is maybe top 20. It's difficult because the whole city's basically Star Wars Coruscant. But anyway, there is the DJI Twin Tower Complex. Pretty famous, I guess, since they've been supplying both Russia and Ukraine with 800 million drones to blast each other up. But here in China, you just get the peaceful side of that. Beautiful, shiny new skyscrapers. So yeah, this is Liuxiandong in, I guess, we're just in Nanshan district. We've probably just crossed the border into Nanshan, but it doesn't really matter. It's just all Shenzhen. It's all China. It's all shiny. It's all skyscrapers. So yeah, came back here because I was here a couple of years ago, and they've built a little bit more since then. As you can see, they're still going. Yeah, there's no time off in China. There's no Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. If a building's got to get built, you build it. And it's just that simple. So I came back here to see if they'd finished. Obviously, sadly not, but if I dip down here, I should be able to get away from some of the construction noise. So yeah, if you somehow have been under a rock for the past 5 years, on the left is the headquarters of DJI, one of Shenzhen's most successful and famous homegrown startups. I'm pretty sure they started here. Let me cross over. I think they are originally from Shenzhen, and they make basically all of the world's drones, which until 2022, 23 was just a passing pastime of people that wanted to fly around. Then people started using it for filming cool videos. And then, actually, I think the Mexican cartels were the first guys that started strapping grenades on them, dropping them on fools. Federales getting nadies on their head, courtesy of these guys. But I'm not going to blame them. You can't blame Musk if someone says something bad on Twitter, can you? So I don't think you can blame DJI if someone straps a bomb to one of their drones. Now, it's interesting down at street level, very French 1960s aesthetic, huh? I didn't realize the base podium was like this. Very bland, boring concrete. They've gone for that minimalistic style. And yeah, these are not the most impressive towers in Shenzhen by any means. But I would say it's a top 20 district just because of the scale. There's big new towers going up everywhere. So yeah, the Sky Bridge is literally a sky bridge because I think they test drones flying around it. This building over here is also Sky Bridge. I'm not actually sure whose headquarters that is. If I jump around the corner, I'll maybe find out, but it doesn't really matter. It's just all tech startups, and these guys are absolutely massive now. Absolutely humongous. They have completely cornered the entire drone market. They basically made a market, made it a popular product, and then absolutely smashed it. So I take my capitalist hat off to you lads. Well done. There's nothing wrong with that. If you make a good product, you can't be mad. Americans are mad these days. A lot of Europeans are mad as well. The Chinese drones, the Chinese cars, Chinese things are taking over. They're going to kill us. We need to slap tariffs on them. Look, China's now in stage 3, all right? Stage 1, they're broke. Stage 2, they copy and paste, they make inferior products. Stage 3, they made their own stuff and it's pretty damn good. You got to just accept it, lads. You gotta just accept it. When China does bad stuff, I call it out. But when it comes to building a whole new city district and doing it 8,000 times across the country, you gotta give that cred. So yeah, for me, when I talk about Chinese bikes, Chinese cars, Chinese drones, Chinese chips, Chinese whatever, they're now in the high quality phase. They're now making good products. That's undeniable. Undeniable. If you've been to this country, you can see. Oh, I remember this street. I came up here before. See, look at this weird little car. It's kind of ugly. Girls will think it's cute, but even that, don't even know what brand that is. No idea what brand that is. There's more Chinese electric brands than you've had hot dinners. So in the West, we need to stop this tariff stuff, man. If someone makes a good product, just put your hands together in a gentlemanly round of applause and say, well done. Did we get mad at the Germans when their cars were better than ours? Well, we probably did, but we didn't slap tariffs on them, did we? Did we get mad at the Yanks when they made Burger King and McDonald's and KFC and all that good, bad stuff? Nah, we just slurped it up. So come on. Come on, lads. My message to the West is just accept it. Just accept it. China's making some cool stuff now. That's undeniable. So yeah, what else can I mention about this district? Well, hundreds of new skyscrapers, new meaning in the last 5 years. I'm not sure exactly when that was built. I think this was 2018 or something? So it's quite old for this area. But again, I've said it 10,000 times, I could say it 20,000 more. Pretty much everywhere you go in China, they design it well. I mean, look at this. You could say this is soulless and boring. It's just corporate, there's no people. Perfect. Perfect. There's no people to ruin it. Only me. Only me. But I'm not ruining it. I'm adding to the atmosphere by praising them. Look at it, look at it. There's not a single piece of rubbish on the floor. Not a single bit. And I stress, this is not a brand new area. This wasn't made last week. These buildings are at least 5 years old. I'm pretty sure these DJI ones are 2019 or something like that. Maybe after 2020. But anyway, they're not brand new. In half an hour when the sun goes down, these will all be lit up. I don't know if they're... Nah, I was going to say, are they solar powered? I doubt it. But yeah, come on, it's pretty cool, isn't it? This is not the best. This is definitely not the best skyscraper. It's fairly boring, actually, but it's all right. You know, boring can still be cool. So I would describe it as boring, but also cool. And the reason that makes, in my opinion, the whole area good is because you got that bad boy just behind. Now, I'm not really a good vlogger because I can't remember who made that or why they made it or what it's for or whatever, but that tower, in my opinion, is way better than those. I guess everything's subjective, but that's objectively better, is it not? Oh yeah, another thing I've said 1,000 times, China loves American stuff. This time, slap a north before America, because there's a Tim Hortons. I'm pretty sure, in all my years in Britain and Europe, back in the day, I never saw a Tim Hortons, ever. Maybe once somewhere in like London or something like that, but in China they're everywhere. So, Canadians, if you like Tim Hortons, I don't know, maybe it's like Aussies and Fosters, you hate it, but if you like it, then you can feel proud of your country's corporate development when you come to China. I think I've run into a dead end. I wanted to go over there closer to the cool tower. Seems like I'm dead-ended. So what is China like? E-bikes and bicycles literally everywhere. People drilling and buzzing and cutting and welding and building at all times. As I said, this is the weekend, but that don't matter. So I can maybe cut through this little park. Yeah, I think I can. Yeah, fairly new area, so they've made pretty reasonable bike paths here. Not incredible, not amazing, but at least they're separated a little bit. That will be a new bridge over there as a new skyscraper goes up. Let's have a look. What does this propaganda say? Design commune. Yeah, they design communities pretty damn well. So I'm just strolling around. It's pretty nice temperature now, actually. It's still goddamn hot, but 30 compared to 40 is a hell of a nice difference. So take a little stroll before the sun sets. Oh, that's surprising. I've never seen a sign like that in China. Most Western people think Chinese will just eat their dogs and stuff. Nah, most Chinese don't actually eat dogs. And surprisingly, in such a hot city like this, you do get a lot of people with big dogs, pet cats, and over there's a couple small dogs. But you see some really big, like, retrievers and stuff, and I just feel sorry for them, man. I'm boiling as it is, and I'm not even furry, so if any Chinese people are listening or watching and you care for my advice, I would say don't get big hairy dogs in such a hot humid environment like this. Come on, man, it's not nice. It's not nice. It's not nice. But anyway, as I've also said 1,000 times, Chinese people don't care about rules or regulations or whatever. There's a sign saying no pets, and here is a pet. You will have a laugh, a right laugh, when you come to China. There will be signs everywhere saying no smoking, and 5 people, often security guards like this dude, will be smoking right in front of the sign. They do not give a toss. But yeah, that's a nice building, is it not? Answer for you. The answer is yes. Yes, it is. So there's a company called Transsion. No idea what they do. Ironic, they didn't put any advertising on the facades. Those are the DJI buildings. Believe me when I say that. Despite the fact they've not bothered to write their famous letters anywhere. I guess it's a case of playing it down, like we know we're cool, we know we're balling, we know we've dominated the whole market, but we're not gonna talk too much. Oh my god, there's some trash on the floor, and repeated. That is shocking. 2 bits of trash on the floor. That's disgraceful. I feel like I've transported back to the West. There's a dude playing with a drone. What else you gonna do in Sky City? Shenzhen overall could be called Sky City, but those towers, not those, I mean those specifically are referred to as Sky City. Look at me, cameras, you're watching me, I'm watching you, watching me, watching you. I don't care about that. A lot of Westerners are paranoid about the surveillance culture in China. I mean, there's 1 billion cameras in London too, but they don't stop any crime, so at least in China they do something. Sometimes it's a bit annoying, you got 5 cameras looking at you, but what are they going to do? What are you going to do? You're not going to take them all down, are you? So you just got to kind of deal with it. Yeah, just can't remember whose company those towers belong to. It's a nice one. Here's a metro. Pretty much all the entrances look like this. A lot of the stations are really beautiful inside. Most of them are not beautiful on the outside. As you see, they're just functional like this. Ah, that's a new one. Shigu. Line 13. Can't be bothered to take that. There's a nice sunset. If I wasn't walking around waffling, I'd be taking some nice pictures right now, but it is what it is. The things that I do. Oh, if you didn't believe me 1.4 minutes ago when I was talking about how China loves North American stuff, I ain't lying. About 300 meters away from the Tim Hortons, there's a Burger King. And I guarantee you, if I walk another couple minutes in any direction, there will be a Starbucks and a McDonald's. Yes, I do mean and, not or, because Chinese love both of those. Absolutely love. Oh, sorry lads, I've got to zoom out. I'm terribly sorry for disrupting what was an otherwise uber professional video. Alright, let me just bounce across, because I remember somewhere over to the left there was something cool. I say something because I never found out what it was. I remember being here probably more than 2 years ago. I remember I went this way, got to the end of this modern park, and then I remember looking left, and I remember seeing a big cool thing. I didn't know what it was, and I never found out. And the sun's set in, so I'm probably still not going to find out. But anyway, let's try. So yeah, is there anything else to mention? Not really, man. It's just Shenzhen stuff, just China stuff. They keep everywhere very clean. like I've said, it's an oxymoron. People are dirty. They will just spit everywhere. They will just out of their noses everywhere. Oh yeah, here's another funny thing. Even though it's cloudy and not sunny, the Chinese girls have got to cover up their faces. Ah, don't let the sun rays make me dark. White is good, white is beautiful. So luckily, my white ass is considered the height of beauty here. There's another thing that I assume is Western, because it's called Dairy Queen. I don't know, maybe it's from Korea or something, but something called Dairy Queen. You're going to assume that it's white, right? Never saw them in the West. You get them all over China. What else is here? What was I saying before? Masky woman disrupted my train of thought. I mean, yeah, just regular stuff. This is just Shenzhen stuff. Skyscrapers, coffee shops, absolutely everywhere. They've, I think, learned from mistakes that they made in the past and mistakes that the West made as well. When they build a new skyscraper district like this, they now try to make them mixed use. So they're not just empty after all the office blocks clear out. They've got restaurants, they've got residential flats as well, I imagine. Yeah, these are all obviously residential apartments. I'll be a gentleman and let this bin man go. As I've said before, in China, every vehicle is green, red, and electric. The only blue ones like that are for rich people. So it's the opposite of the West, where in the West, the rich folks will show off with a fancy new electric car. Meanwhile, the poor working classes are on gas guzzlers. China does a 180 on that. The normal folks have the green plates and the electrics, and the rich folks have the Porsches, Audis, and G-Wagons and that. But yeah, China makes these new areas pretty well. Not perfectly, I guess, but they have learned from the past. They did make too many ghost towns. That's not Western propaganda, that is real. I've been to quite a lot of them. There's a lot of areas with nice, shiny new office buildings and absolutely nothing there and absolutely no one there. So someone in government obviously clocked on. Let me zoom in because there's a funny thing, and they now decide to make mixed-use areas. So there you can see the famous DJI headquarters. And in case you want to know if China's capitalist or communist, there you go. They've taken a few Western proverbs and pretty damn well capitalized themselves. I don't know what you could find communist about this. Chains everywhere, whether it's a Chinese chain like Luckin, or whether it's McDonald's and KFC and Burger King. These guys love their capitalism, and why would you not? Capitalism is amazing. It's amazing, lads. Look at it. Shiny cars, shiny towers, even sometimes shiny floors. Capitalism, baby. All right. So I think I made my way back to a place I was years ago. China, bikes. That's how we do. And they haven't finished yet, this area. Seems pretty finished, right? Most Westerners would look at that and think, this seems like a fairly well-established city district. Whoa, this woman's violently gyrating. But no, this area is far from done. Oh yeah, there's confirmation. We are in Nanshan, that little government office there. It's the government place. It says Nanshan District, Shili Sub-District, Government Service Center. So I've never had to go to one of them because I'm white, but I imagine you'll go there for any council or government affairs. Over there, I think, is where they're building what will be absolutely gargantuan new biggest train station in China. I'm sure I read that anyway. Well, I did read that. I don't know how voracious that info is. But anyway, all the cranes and stuff behind the green fences is where Shili Station is going to be. Shenzhen is really weird because every city in China has obviously multiple big high-speed stations, and they just name them all geographically. Shanghai East, Shanghai North, Beijing South, Beijing West. I mean, not all of them. There's a few exceptions. But Shenzhen's weird because Shenzhen's only got 2 stations, really, of a proper high-speed nature. And only one of them is geographically named, Shenzhen North. The other one is Futian, which is, I suppose you would call it Shenzhen South, really, if you were to name it like that, because it's a few miles from the Hong Kong border. But anyway, over there, it's going to be the new Shili high-speed station. I don't know why they're calling it Shili. I mean, obviously we are in the Shili area, but yeah, there's a lack of uniformity in China, which is a bit annoying. You'd expect every city is the same, follow the exact same template, but they surprisingly and annoyingly don't in most cases. So Shenzhen should have Shenzhen North Station, Shenzhen South Station. This one should be called Shenzhen West, logically, because we're in the west part of the city. Not as far west as you can go. You can still go 30 more miles west. But anyway, it's going to be called Shili. Alright, I'm going to end this video on another note of Shenzhen's never-ending modernity. Here is one of the driverless taxis in Shenzhen, having a battle between old and new. You see, the old folk just want to drive where they want, but the new taxi is being a little bit too gentlemanly. As I've said before, my main advice in China is don't be chivalrous, because you'll be left like a goddamn sucker. People don't really queue, they don't really wait, they don't really care about nothing or no one. They just do what they want. So the poor AI that powered that automatic electric taxi was scuppered on the corner as he/she/it was patiently waiting for someone to give way, and nobody in China is ever going to give way. So, yeah, China pretty much is what that slogan says, an international innovation valley. Not so much the international part, 99.9% of people are Chinese. As you can see, I've walked around for 22 minutes. Well, I've walked around for longer than that, but I've filmed for 22 minutes and I've seen 0 white people, or black people, or brown people, despite the fact that this is ostensibly an international valley. So you might not like it. You might think all the skyscrapers are just as soulless as they are shiny. I mean, I guess that's true, but I like it, man. I like it. The way they design their streets are pretty damn good. And this is Shenzhen as well, which is one of the worst designed cities, actually. So there's a lot of room for improvement. You know, bikes everywhere, that's good, but most of the cycle paths are just this. Like in England, where they draw a bike on the pavement and expect cars to just not kill you. Like there's some invisible force field around the paint, which is BS, but the rest of the urban design is pretty damn perfect, in my opinion. So I'll take a little stroll back along here, and I'll end this video on some more skyscrapers.